Hey guys, it's Gamingtothemax here, and welcome back to another video on my channel, this one being my team number 5 at the Hungaroring. But no time to chat, I'm going to hand over to David Croft.
Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of the Formula 1 World Championship. Historically a good race for first victories, with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the first time here. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7 mile Hungaroring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Nikita Mazepin and Daniel Ticktum. Russell, Latifi, Raikkonen. They've taken a grid penalty, and the rookie. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
I know that was a horrible qualifying, but I know my qualifying is bad anyway. But I did take a 10-place grid penalty from Silverstone, if you remember that. Control Electronics, yeah, it blew up, so I had to change it and take a 10-place grid penalty. I don't know why. As we line up on the grid for the Hungarian Grand Prix, 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go. We get a pretty decent start all round. Latifi's got good top end speed, so we can't really challenge him down the inside, but we're looking for him to go down the inside into turn 1 on usual dive bomb, and it works. We get a little bit squirrely out on the exit even, sorry, and into turn 2 we go. Stroll ahead of us, Alonso on the soft, so I don't expect him to be well, I don't expect to be competition to him in any way, shape or form. As we go through his flat right-hander into the left-hander, we get a little bit of curb there, so it unsettles the car. Into the left-hander, look at this massive train. It's holding up everyone. It's going down the inside of Stroll, but he gives us absolutely zero room. So he couldn't make that move stick, unfortunately, through the chicane. We can't make it again. Now, on the exit, take a lot of curb there, more than expected. As we go into the left-hander, right-hander, if you like this section of track, you're weird. But at the end of this race, I did quite like it, because everything was warmed up and had fresher tyres. Let's go very wide through there, almost hitting the barriers. But luckily, we didn't, of course. And through this bit, you can accelerate very early. Through the last couple of corners, the sequence is very weird. You have to really be patient on this throttle, or on the throttle. As Valtteri Bottas gets fastest lap, obviously means he's leading, and Hamilton, I think, has dropped back a couple of positions. The Ferrari's been doing very well. Now this bit is very shocking. I've never seen anything like this in my team. If you have safety car, if you have, please tell me. There's been a massive incident. Look at this. Wow. Max Verstappen, I think, has caused this, and we're gonna try and go through it whilst passing a few people to see how many positions we can gain. And we come out 5th ahead of Russell and Ticktum, and AlphaTauri is looking very comfortable there in P3 and P4. But even myself, P5 and P7, with Russell being in between me and my teammate Daniel Ticktum as we round the last corner. I think Bottas has gone from Leclerc, from Gasly, from Tsunoda. The safety car's in, the light's gone green. We're back racing again down towards turn 1 on the main straight. Can we do anything? Can we do any damage to the young rookie of Tsunoda? No, not yet. I think Tsunoda's focus is actually very high. I can't remember exactly. I think it's well within the 80s. For that reason, I don't know, because he might have been doing well. I don't really keep track of specifics or in race results. We were around the last corner of lap 8, the second safety car lap since it was in, and we pick up 2 positions from Gasly and Leclerc. So it's just my Bottas leading from Tsunoda, and Bottas extending a massive gap, of course. We get a new strategy suggested from Jeff, our team radio. Team engineer, I guess you can say. But that's Mick Schumacher going very slowly. That's very disappointing for him as Bottas pits. Yeah, as I said, Mick Schumacher was doing a very well race, actually. He was about P13 on the first lap. There was no time to think about Mick Schumacher, as Russell is all over our gearbox. He can't get past right now, but he can definitely be a big opponent throughout this race. And I think we're going to have a good few battles there as you go a little bit wide. That could cause for us to get passed by everyone. If Russell didn't exist, Dan Tickton would, I think, just about have DRS. So we're going to have to go defensive into turn 1. Russell goes around the outside using our ERS, which is quite dangerous for our MG UK. And yeah, he can't do anything here. But Bottas is in our relative now, so that's not good. He pitted for the hards, obviously, as you saw on lap 8, I think. When Mick Schumacher was going slowly. But Tsunoda pits and Russell pits, which means, yeah, Russell will be ahead of us because he's undercut us, and we're leading the Hungarian GP. Not for long though, because we have a charging Mercedes behind us, and we can't do anything against this really. As we go into the left-hander, he'd probably get past us in the chicane maybe, or through the very twisty section after it, at least. And we get very out of shape. I don't think I can get that section right throughout this whole race. So as we go through this bit, this is what I predict where Bottas is going through. We get that actually quite right. We check our damage here, I don't know why. And we're going to the right-hander. I love that corner, to be honest. And he is, yeah, he's right behind us. He goes down the inside. I just about see him in his mirrors, so in my mirrors, so I move out the way there to give him space. But Bottas is not going to get a chance to go past us as we do box this lap. But I don't know who's following me, and we're going to let our team know that we're coming in. And it says, oh, teammates in the pits. Okay, we might be double stacking, or he might be a little bit behind us. We look behind it, he's right there. So that's going to hold Dan Tickton up massively. I don't know what his team were thinking. Yeah, we're doing opposite strat. No, we're in the safe section. Never mind. Ignore me. 2.9, so that's not good. And obviously the actual crew have to mess around a little bit to get prepared for his set of tyres as well. So that's not good. Hamilton pits, Norris pits, and we're gonna Paris pits as well. So we're inside of the points positions. P9, that is. Perez is just behind, well, no, just behind Ocon, who is behind us by 2.8. Our actual rival, I think, because we lost the rivalship of Giovinazzi, and there's a yellow flag, and that's Perez. Oh, he's going very slowly. That means it's a double retirement for Red Bull Racing, and that's not going to help the fight in the Mercedes. Speaking of Mercedes, one's right behind us, Lewis Hamilton, 2/10 on the fresh mediums. I think he's going to the end anyway. He started on hards, I think, or something. I don't know why he would start on hards. Maybe soft, medium. But we're going to go defensive, and he's going to go round the outside, and he touches us a little bit. We're going to check our damage to see if we actually have any on our side pod. None yet, so we're safe for now. Going through our last corner of this very dangerous... No, not dangerous. I can't think of a word, but it's no time to think of a word, as Hamilton is a rocket ship flying past with DRS there. There's nothing we can do to stop him as we try almost go down the inside unintentionally. As we round the last corner again, Daniel Ricciardo sets a fastest lap. That's surprising. As Alonso pits, that pits us in P9 again. So I'm loving life. Well, that's until Ocon is right behind us. That's Alonso's teammate, if you didn't know, and our rival, if I didn't say already, which I did. 13 laps to go to keep Ocon behind us, and Raikkonen. I think, well, he served his penalty in the pits, because he did have a penalty, I think, when he was fighting Bottas. So that put him 5 seconds behind us. No, 5 seconds... well, just behind. If he didn't serve that penalty, he'll be well ahead of us, and like Russell pace, I think. So he's not going to be behind us right. Going to be catching us right now, so we get a little bit squirrely out of the chicane. Now onto the straight. Vettel pits. That puts us into P8, but P9, P8. As Ocon is going to go around the outside. That is a very daring move from the Frenchman. and his newly raced winner of this race, actually, in real life in 2021. That's a while ago, but still. Russell, 4 seconds ahead of us. We can't do much about him. He's just off in the distance. On a different postcode, really. Same with Hamilton. We can't really go forward in this race only if there's a big incident, which I don't think is going to happen. But behind us, there's only one way to go, and that's two ways to go. Stay, which really isn't our direction, or go back, which obviously I prefer to stay here and defend for my life, which is what I'm doing, really. 8 tenths behind us. Ocon 1 second behind us. I reckon he's just outside the DRS if Ocon wasn't there. As we go through this right hand, 8 tenths. As we round this last sector of tricky corners, 7 tenths. So I'm not great in that last sector. This last corner I'm okay at. I just need a little bit more confidence to get close to that barrier on the inside. As we look at our tyre temps, checking our engine to see if the MGUH actually has any damage, but Ocon goes down the inside of turn 3, I think that is. We get caught absolutely having a snooze there. I don't know how I let him pass, but I did. Lap 30 out of 35, 5 more laps to go to keep Raikkonen behind us and Stroll. If Stroll overtakes us and Raikkonen, we'll be outside of the points, and I desperately want points after the Austria-Britain scenario, but Raikkonen's going to try around the outside, maybe. No, he doesn't make it stick, so we keep the position for now. Into turn 3, he has DRS, of course. It's a very weird place to have DRS. I've never liked it, because if you activate it with gear 2, you're just going to spin, really. So you have to wait until you shift up again to activate it. But 3 tenths behind us, Raikkonen. And to go through the left-hander, we get very out-shaped there. Valtteri Bottas wins for Mercedes. That is very good. I think he's in the championship fight yet again. Let's go through the chicane. Can we get this right? Yeah, it was pretty good. And the left-hander, we got a second gap, so we got that very right. I don't know what happened to Raikkonen at the end there. But 1.1, Lando Norris, I would love for him to overtake Raikkonen to put some space, but he's going to overtake me because he was on fresh medium. So we cross the line in P9. That means we get 2 points, 2 extra points to add to our championship fight, even though we're not fighting for it. And we get driver of the day as well. So that's another one. I don't know. I can't think of an occasion where I didn't get driver of the day, except for the places I got DNF'd.
Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
But Crofty, let's not forget Yuki Tsunoda, his first podium, finishing ahead of Lewis Hamilton and behind Valtteri Bottas by quite a margin, I think. But that doesn't matter. His first season in Formula 1, in the 10th race, he gets a podium.
Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Valtteri Bottas takes the top spot. He's our new Drivers' Championship leader after today's result. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to the rookie. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula 1.
So we get a decent race. Esteban Ocon just ahead of us in the drivers. Williams and George Russell actually looked very good, as Crofty said. Now this is a look, if he stayed, of the incident on lap 2. Max Verstappen actually loses it on the curb there and absolutely destroys his car. And that causes Carlos Sainz to DNF as well, his wheel flying off. Sergio Perez, he got rammed in the rear. That might have caused his problem as well as we get past it. But if you did enjoy this mess of an episode, please leave a like if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, leave a comment if you're enjoying the series so far. But that is it from me. Stay safe, stay strong, but most importantly, stay units. Thanks, guys.